everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with my Scrap the Boys challenge layout for June. This was the inspiration image, and as you can see it says me and my best friend, and it has the little dog and some navy and black and red. So I'm going to pull my inspiration from the colors in the image as well as from the colors in my photo, and I'm using this photo of my son. This was at the Gympie show, I'd say a good 3 years ago. And he has made friends with this cute little sheep at the petting zoo, and it was just a super sweet moment. He just kept coming back to this little lamb and talking to him and giving him a pat, and I just thought it was really cute. So I'm going to go through my Simple Stories Little Dude collection. I've still got quite a bit of this left, so I'm just pulling out some papers that I want to use for my background. I'm going to use that white and black cross, and I want to use this red paper. This is the only red in the collection, and I really wanted to pull in the red that's in that inspiration image and in the ribbon on the lamb there. But the way it was working, it was just too busy. I needed a solid. And I'm actually scrap lifting Melinda Sweetman. She's on the Scrap the Boys design team, and I saw her do a layout a little while ago now using this basic design. So I am going to scrap lift her basic design because I do struggle a bit with colourful layouts, and she uses a lot of colour, and I really find that I get a lot of inspiration from her layouts. So it's a pretty simple design, but I do struggle a lot with it, and I think this is why I don't scrap lift that often, because my instinct is to just copy, and I don't like to copy people. So I really struggle to scrap lift while making it my own, if that makes sense. So a lot of this video is sped up really, really quick because I was just faffing around so much and struggling with it. It was just taking far too long. So I'm still mucking around with picking papers. So I end up going into my stash and I pull this one. This is from a Kaiser Craft school collection. It's pretty old, but I really like this red paper in it, and I knew that was in my stash, so I pulled it out. It's exactly the right colour, and it's nice and solid. Has that faint pattern in the background, but yeah, it's mostly a solid colour, and that's what I needed. And I do end up using a lot of colour. I actually adore this layout by the time it's finished. It took me so long. I don't know why. My brain was really struggling. So I'm just going to cut. See, I can't even cut a simple piece of paper. I just need to cut a rectangle out of it. Just cut it, woman. There we go. So I'm going to have, I don't even know, it's kind of like a block design. It's a bunch of papers just sort of cut into squares and stuck together. So, yeah. Still just have the two pieces of paper there. Yeah, so you can see why I have had to speed up some of this this video super fast, otherwise we would be here literally all day. So I still wanted to use this red paper. I really, really like this paper. I just find it kind of hard to use because it is such a bold pattern. But I'm just going to add a layer behind my photo, and that really helps to tone it down. Go. And yep, I'm trying out some of these branding strips. I like to use on my scraps if I can, and I find this one, I really like this little rainbow. It's a bit of a branding strip, and I just, like I said, I do struggle with colour, and I especially struggle with rainbow like this. So I find this is a good way to use these types of things up, because I really do like rainbow things. I just struggle to use them. So using a little strip like that as a photo layer really helps me get them into the page. So I wanted to bring in another colour at this point. I'm going through all my pages. Yeah, I'm procrastinating picking a colour, so I go for the black and white. I don't know why I just struggle so much with colourful layouts. So I've cut out this journal card. I don't end up using most of it, but I do really like this little phrase, so I'm going to cut that out. I can't remember what it says. I think it says love this guy or love this kid, something like that, and the little love heart. I thought that was really sweet. I keep grabbing that minty, it's kind of like a turquoisey bluey green colour and white stripe. I keep grabbing that because I really love that paper, and I've used that with red before, and it just goes together really nicely. So I just give in and, and grab that one. And I'm just going to cut it in half just to try and preserve as much of that paper as I can, because I really do like that one. And just put a strip top and bottom of the red, just like that. I think the top was already torn from the last layout I used it on, and I just keep that because I love the look of torn paper. So now I'm trying to find a piece to put across the bottom of that red, and I want a bit more of a bold sort of colourful pattern, and I do end up using this polka dot or spotty coloured paper. And I think I really like this collection, but I do struggle with the fact that there is white and cream. So most collections either have a white or they have a cream as their like base, and this has both. You can see that background paper is definitely white. The other one I was considering with the arrows on it, that was cream. This spotty paper is cream. So that makes it hard to use, I feel. But I just gave in and went with it. I kept pulling out this green, but I really want to save it for a background because it's a really good background paper. I really like the colour and it's a nice muted pattern. But I really needed some more of that lime green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to mat my photo with it. I'm positioning my photo where I would normally position a photo on a layout. And I'm going to just cut out that portion of the paper. So I'm hoping that when I go to use this as a background, I can cover up the hole. So I've done this before quite a few times actually. If I have favorite papers, I try to really save them. And all you have to do is just adhere that one with a hole in it to a piece of cardstock and then cover up the hole. So now I'm going through with all my papers and I'm inking all the edges. I don't typically do this, but I felt like there was just so much going on. I really had to make them stand out off the background. And I'm using a distress ink in Iced Spruce, I think the colour is. And it's almost green. It's on the green side of grey. So it's mostly grey, but it is a little bit green. It's the closest one I have to a grey. I didn't want to use black, but it worked perfectly in this instance. You can't really see the green tint, and there's green in my layout anyway, so the green tint is fine. Just going to adhere these bits down. So once I decide on colours, the rest of it went pretty quickly. I think I did stuff around with embellishments for a while, and the main reason for that is there are so many embellishments in this kit. I got the collection kit and you get 2 sheets of puffy stickers, a 12 by 12 sticker sheet, chipboard, die cuts, just a bunch of stuff, and like all the cut apart sheets and everything as well. So there's just so much to consider. Going ahead and popping that down. I love how colourful this ended up being. And just inking around the outside of my photo mat there as well. And then I'm like, may as well do it all. Go all in at this point. Pretty happy with that. Just gonna pop it down. I think I was struggling too because the layout I scrap lifted had a portrait orientation photo, and mine's landscape, and it's quite a bit bigger too. So, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Just a couple of foam squares at the tail of that banner there, so it lifts it up and gives it nice dimension. And now I'm going to come in with the embellishments. So I'm starting out with the ephemera die cut pack. Love that little banner. I think I changed it out though. Pulling in some of these frames. I do use that one. I'm just going to cut it. Yeah, and just slip it in the top there. Another little pop of rainbow. Another frame. I love that arrow. There's a lot of little sort of sentiment phrase pieces in this collection, which I really like. I find those easy to use. Pulling in one of those little labels, that's from Caitlin Schaefer. It's a free printable. I've got a bunch of them. And this is just one in navy, and I think I just put the date. Yep. I just put the date. I'm going to put my journaling somewhere else. So just pop that up there. It's just so much. Yep, that circle one doesn't stay. The little So Rad does. I love that little one. Don't grow up, it's a trap. And I'm pretty sure that stays where it is. Little cutie pie speech bubble brings in another pop of that green, which I really like. Some of these stars, really like that. These will move around quite a bit. Like that sweet kid one. I don't know whether that makes it. Oh, it doesn't appear to make it. Okay, so now I'm pulling out the stickers. Yep, I have the sticker sheet there. And I'm going to pop in this little yellow tab. Another pop of yellow. There is a little bit of yellow in that rainbow spot paper, so I wanted to bring some more of that in. That banner does go, not banner, that frame does go back on. So pulling out my alphas, I wasn't sure whether I was going to use black or this mint green, but I do end up using both. I use those stickers, the skinny black ones, and these little Kaisercraft stickers. So these are in like a minty colour. And my title is going to be Let's Be Friends. So I'm just going to spell out friends with the stickers because those alphas, those stickers are kind of wide, so I wouldn't have been able to fit friends in this little space in those black alphas. So I'm going to use those ones to spell out Let's Be. Go. And luckily there was a little apostrophe. I love when thickers come with punctuation. Yeah, so I'm going to use that frame. I'm just going to use the bottom part that I cut off. Fits in there a bit better now. Going through the chipboard, I use quite a few of these little chipboard stars. I'm not sure whether they stay there. I stuff around with these stars so much. Who would care, honestly? I don't know why I thought this was so important. Anyway, I love that little dog there. I know it's not a dog, it's a sheep, but he's cute, just sticking up there, and he fills that cup nicely. So, and that little dude word that stays in that corner, I quite like that there. Just making sure my cluster is exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to start gluing. I'm going to commit. I have messed around for long enough. It's not going anywhere else. It can't go anywhere else. Just a bit of wet glue. I got a new glue. I got the tacky glue from Officeworks, the J. Burrows brand. It's a lot tackier than the one I have been using, but that one was discontinued and I can't get it anymore. So here we go. I'm just distressing around the edge of this because it was very clean and it is white on top of that cream, so I felt like it just needed a bit, I don't know, a bit of a roughen up. I do keep that thumbs up, but I move it. Yeah, it goes up in the top cluster there. So that's the puffy stickers now I'm getting into. Yep, I didn't like that there, that star, so I think it was just too many colours. It was bothering me, so I've just pulled out my, oh god, what is it, Inkjoy 0.7 gel pen, and I'm just doing a little sketchy star. I was having trouble getting the ink to come out. I haven't used it in a while. Go. Quite like how that turned out. That's a chipboard star, I think, the black one, yep. So I'm just pulling in a couple more of those black stars because I want a bit more of a black splash. There's a lot of black in the center of the page there. I use that teeny tiny black puffy star, but it's so small that you couldn't even tell it was a star. So I do end up finding another one on the other. I momentarily forgot I had 2 sheets of puffy stickers, so I found a little bit bigger one on the other side, and that fits a lot better there. So back to the stickers. There's just so much to choose from. Yeah, I like that in there. It brings that black down to the bottom again and just fills in that kind of awkward space. And then I'm going to start with my journaling. So I'm just going to write over this spotty paper. It's mostly cream, so you can see pretty well what I'm writing there. And what am I doing? Scribbly water. Again, that pen doesn't want to work, so it doesn't come out super black, but you can see it's there. It does help define the edge, so I may go over it again. I may not bother. it did the job. And then I'm just going to go around and do a little just thin border around all my little layers of paper there. Go. I don't know whether I went around the banner with the pen. I might come in and do it later. I'm just going back through the puffy stickers and pulling in, I love these little puffy stickers, pulling in a few more little bits and pieces, and I'm just adding more stars. So each of those little clusters either side of the photo has 3 stars. And one more phrase sticker that says he's got style, I think. And then splatters. I've just covered up my photo, my journaling, because I don't want black splatters all over my journaling. Just splattering with the black Kaiser Mist. And then I will come in after I've done this with the turquoise. And you can't really tell that it's turquoise. It looks very dark when it's wet. But it is turquoise, I promise. So here we go. Yeah, it basically looks black, but when it dries, it's just a really pretty turquoise. And I'm pretty sure that is my layout. So thank you so much for joining me today. And don't forget to check out the Scrap the Boys challenge. I'll leave the link in the description box. By the time this video goes up, you may still have a day or two to get your entry in for June. But if not, there's some awesome challenges coming up. So definitely keep an eye out. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.